This is my Eastern Longneck Turtle Harold, and today we're turning this tank into his brand new home. Alright, we are back with another fish tank build. Today we're going to be giving a massive upgrade to my Eastern Longneck Turtle Harold. This tank got absolutely destroyed by blackbeard algae, and he is getting prime spot in the fish room. A lot of my friends have been telling me they want to see Harold in a bigger tank, which kind of makes sense. So I think it's only fitting to put him in the only tank you can see from the door. I'm sure he'll be here 24/7. Harold is the craziest turtle. Pretty much anywhere I go, he's following me and giving me these eyes. A lot of people say it's creepy, but I think it's cute. So we're gonna give him a lot of swim room here. So my plan is to get the piece of wood to go up this way. So this will be like the main hardscape area, and I'm gonna keep lots of this area open. So of course, with any brand new tank, it's starting off with substrate. This stuff is basically old substrate. Some of the tanks have broken down, so there's lots of aqua soil, gravel, sand. It's just a mix of good nutrients. Plus it's gonna stop the gravel breaking the bottom of my tank. Okay, so next up we're gonna use this driveway gravel to kind of build up a base and a bit of height, but also this stuff is gonna harbor a lot of beneficial bacteria. I want that center bit to be the highest bit in the whole tank, other than this bit right here. I've built this up a bit at the back, purely because you're not gonna be able to see this from any side of the tank anyway, so it might as well just be a bit of a ramp up. And it's only gonna help hold up the piece of wood a little bit more. Right, so as you can see, we've got a fine dusting over the whole tank. So that means no matter where I want to put plants, there's always going to be enough nutrients for them to grow nice and lush. So now I'm going to use some root tabs just in the main areas where I know I'm going to put some heavy stem plants. Okay, now that we've got our nutrients down, we can cap it all off with sand and get some detail gravel down. Okay, now we've got our sand down. This should be perfect amount of substrate for plants. And we've got a nice little high rise on the back here. Now I'm gonna fiddle with hardscape and wood and see how I like it. Okay, this has actually worked out way better than I thought it would. But basically, I've got this balancing act of wood holding up this top piece right here. Now, obviously, this is a little too close for when he's basking up the top. So I'm gonna have to find out a way to raise it up a bit to about here. And of course, I've thought about him jumping out of the tank. I'm gonna be getting some sort of material to act as a fence up here and on this side. But for now, we're just gonna leave that there. Okay, so looking down the tank, we've gotta make sure we have enough room on either side for him to swim past, and also not many places for him to get stuck. Okay, so this is where I've landed on so far. I've wanted to tie in a little bit more wood on this side. I know it's really small, but you're gonna be able to see it. And if you're looking from the top, you can definitely see where I can plant. So there's a lot of potential here. But before we get talking about plants, we need to get talking about detail gravel. Specifically, this stuff right here. This stuff looks really, really cool when it's wet, and it's very, very wild. And I think there's a lot of round stones in here. I think we need a bit of sharp edges. Okay, don't panic. I know it looks weird now, but it's gonna get better once we add some of this stuff. I'm gonna go with a lot of this gray stuff at the base, and then use some more of this stuff on top. Okay, that is a wrap on gravel. I wanted something super, super wild. I wanted to make it as natural as possible, and I think I've done that, to be honest. And the good thing about this tank is you can see it from both sides. So a peninsula style tank actually works super, super well. Okay, now it's time to fill it up and throw some plants in. Alright, so I've actually just quickly switched over to this light. I think it looks heaps better. Alright, now that the tank is full, we can start adding these awesome Amazon swords. Are you f***ing kidding me? Oh my god. Amazon swords look really good in here. I've still got a few more to add, but first I'm gonna be adding some dwarf sage around the edges and maybe some Ludwigia as well. Okay, it is filled out a lot better now. Oh, look at that look down the center. That is beautiful. I've tried to fill in a lot of the gaps around the sides here with a lot of this dwarf sage and a little bit more variety with sizes in the swords as well, which I think makes it look even more natural. The next plant to put in is Java Fern. What's up, bruv? Such a happy turtle. We still have one big problem, and it's to do with this basking area right here. I wanted to make this a super tall one so I could fill the tank almost the whole way up. So the main trouble points is here, here, and here. This side I really don't think he's going to be able to reach. So now I got to figure out how to cut this. Should I make one of those satisfying hot knife videos? Oh my god, I did it. Okay, well, that's a start. I didn't. Holy crap, that was a lot of work. Now I have this. Actually joking. I have these. Okay, let's have a look. I believe that is going to be a perfect amount of distance. Oh, look at that. It could not be any better. Okay, look, I'm not going to lie, it doesn't look the best, but it has a purpose. So now I just got to figure out how the hell I'm going to stick them on. So this is what we're looking at now. This is one of my old microphone stands from when I used to do Twitch streams. And I found a place that I can hook it to in the back here. So it's actually worked as a really nice tripod stand for this. And as you can see, I have sticky taped it all together, but it is what it is. And also the second part of it is this. So I've 3M'd these pieces of plastic tub together, and I believe he is not able to escape this anymore. And without further ado, so I also found this that I think would work really well somewhere in here. I think it could hide that rock really well because that's kind of just like holding up everything. But as you can see, it is a bit gross with algae, so it's time to clean that. Much better. No. Hang on. Oh my god, I think I saved it. Yep, I saved it. Alright, next I'm going to be adding some of this floating salvinia. And this stuff grows like absolute wildfire, so it should take over the whole tank very soon. Super happy with how this looks. But you still have a little bit of that haze to the water. It's not as crystal clear as I need it to be. So before we put the filter on, we're going to do a nice big water change. Okay, wow, that is so much better. So much clearer than it was before. It's still got a little bit to go, and that's where the filter's gonna come in handy. And I also found a bit of a flaw in this plant. I realized that I've got to still put the inlet in, and that was in the way, so I've made a little door. Okay, so the filter I'm using is actually that one right there. And it's currently cycling on my 6x2 foot tank. This tank obviously already has a canister filter down here, which has been cycling for literally a year. So I added this one 2 months ago just to get enough beneficial bacteria into the cartridge, and now it's time to move it. Okay, looks like the filter is working, and I've managed to stick the inlets in the other side in the corner. But finally, as you can see, we have our first fish. And the fish in question is a flying fox, because there's a lot of plants in here that had blackbeard algae on it originally. This guy is here as an insurance policy because I do not want blackbeard. Never again. This guy's been acclimating for about 45 minutes, so well overdue to be thrown into the tank, and there he is. Okay, it's time for the fun stuff now. We're off to get the Columbian Tetras. These guys are master escape artists, but I finally got them all in. It looks like we have, hang on, let me count them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Something like 14, 15, something like that. Let's get these annoying buggers into their new tank. All right, here we go. We're adding the fish. Alright, I've just walked into the fish room and I haven't touched this tank in a long time. Look, we have a Columbian Tetra baby. There's 2 babies. Oh my god, there's more than one. Look, there's 2 Columbian Tetra babies. Okay, so how did I end up with Tetra babies? I didn't even realize that Columbian Tetras would even breed in a tank like this, let alone so quickly. I've had these Columbian Tetras for like 2 years now, so they're nice and chunky size. So I'm actually not that surprised, but still, I didn't mean for this to happen, and I don't know how I keep accidentally breeding fish. I actually need to get a handle on that. One thing I'm still left to do is paint this white. It's been annoying me. Like all of the other stands are painted. So let me just paint this real quick. So I've waited literally 2 weeks. I'm so sorry that he's had to wait this long, but at least now the fish are completely comfortable in their new environment, and hopefully it'll give us the best transition. Because let's be honest here, I'm putting a predator in with Tetras. So I'm kind of putting a lot of faith in this turtle's lack of intelligence, because I honestly don't think he's going to be able to catch any of these fish. Look at this freaking snail over here, just powering against the current. Look, I'm just going to choose to ignore that and get the turtle. Alright buddy, I am deeply sorry for the trouble I'm going to cause you. Here, make it easy. Come up here. There, good man. Look at this big happy turtle. You got a new crib with all your new friends. Please don't eat them. Alright, so I've been told you're supposed to put them on the dry land so they can take a gulp. What do you reckon, buddy? He has not noticed the fish. The fish, however, have noticed Harold. Harold, do you even know that you're in another tank right now, bro? The fish don't care. Oh my god, this is perfect. I was so afraid of fish jumping out because of stress or something like that, but they're actually loving it. Oh my god, Harold, you're such a good turtle. He'll love having his heat lamp back in his normal position as well. He absolutely loves this thing. Oh my god, the snail is climbing a mountain. Please, for the love of God, stay in the fucking tank. There is not much going on in this man's head, that is for sure. And you know what? I have to respect it. It's a simple life. So it's been about a month since I added Harold, and the tank is doing so well. All the fish are really happy, and even the baby Columbians are still kicking. This has been such a successful setup. Harold absolutely loves this tank, and he especially loves the basking area. And the plants are growing in super lush now. I've got more videos coming very, very soon, but until then, later.